And we're back. Hopefully my audio is working now. Please. All right. That was fun, right, guys?
Yeah, very.
Yeah. All right.
Yes.
Should we do a little spiel again?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Great,
So,
great.
hi, I'm Kai Tam.
I'm Sophia Hasagawa.
Hi, I'm Kai
Surprise, bitch. Bet you thought you saw the last
I'm Sarah.
I'm Xavier.
I'm Amy Lynn.
And I'm Deja.
Heck yeah, guys. We got a great show for you today.
Together,
Oh, yeah.
we are.
The
Executive
Readers.
Executed readers.
Right. Like-
Wow, we are so on sync today.
Like we haven't been doing this for 2 years.
Imagine.
Yeah. Anyways, you got the whole spiel from us. Drinking games. Who wants to say the drinking games, huh? The drinking games are every time we make a mistake, we take a sip. Master of the drinks tonight is going to be Sarah with bringing back the OG Mango White Claw. Good to see
We
it.
still have the claw.
I don't know if we're proud that we still have the claw.
I don't know.
I'm proud.
Um,
Proud of you, Sarah.
and then
Wait, sidebar. Does it get more alcoholic as time passes?
I feel
I
like
hope
it
so.
gets less alcoholic. Is it like medicine where the potency starts to wear off?
Well, like wine as it
You're
ages
right.
gets better, right?
You're
I mean,
right.
this is not wine.
Who knows? In the future, this could be a delicacy. So you're holding.
We'll have a week where we all get together and we all drink the claw.
Wait,
and
think about it. We're 50, and we're like this White Claw has aged 50 years.
Oh God.
I have a.
Oh,
More in a
no.
wine glass. That'd be-
I have a feeling since it's not well secured in an aluminum can, and also being filled with sugar, that it's probably not going to last very long. If anything, it's going to be fermented and it's going to be like a kombucha.
Which is also alcoholic.
Ooh,
Maybe? Thoughts?
I love a good kombucha.
Yeah, right?
I agree. Yeah. It might become a
Pretty sure I've
kombucha.
gotten tipsy off of a kombucha once.
Ew.
Absolutely.
I hate
Swear
that
to
for
God,
you,
yeah.
Sophie.
Swear to God.
Deja, do you want to say the last drinking game?
Okay. Was it the the if there's more than 2 words in the line, take a drink.
Yes.
If there's only 2 words being passed in dialogue, take a shot
Yeah.
if you want.
Please drink responsibly.
Yes.
Is-
Drink at your own discretion. Know your limits.
It's
Stay
early
within
in the
it.
year, you know.
Many pages of many
We have
words.
many left of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's hop into it, gang. Let's just
Let's do
go right for it. Tonight, our first piece is written by the one and only Nicholas Hellier, who could not make it tonight, but that's okay. They live forever in our hearts.
So
They
true.
do.
Yeah. Gone but not forgotten, right, gang?
Right.
This little number is called Sexy Villain. Inspired by Sexy Villain by Remy Wolf. All right. Oh, hey, who wants to be the stage directions?
Oh, it says I'm the stage direction.
Oh, does it? Oh, thank God. Thank God. Professionals. We're a bunch of professionals. All right.
Exactly.
Take it away, Soph.
Okay. Interior, bank, day. Sexy villain enters the bank with a suave center. They wear a long black coat covering a cashmere suit. They quickly raise their erotic ray gun into the air and fire it, blasting a hole in the ceiling.
All right, everyone, you know the drill. This is a stick up. Hands up now.
Oh my god, it's sexy villain.
Oh, sexy.
Yes, it's me, sexy villain. Carry on from the ooze and the dwaddling and put the money in the bag.
Bank teller 1 stares at sexy villain. A puddle of drool forms at her feet.
God, I didn't even activate the sexy powers yet. You, do it.
Yes, Mr. Villain.
Sexy is fine, darling.
Bank teller 2 swoons and passes out.
Damn it. Can anyone take this bag and fill it with cash for me?
Me! Ooh, me!
I'll do it for you, sexy villain.
Oh my dead body. Pick me, sexy villain.
All of you can do it. Just get going before
The front window of the bank explodes.
they get here.
In through the broken glass door flies 3 heroes.
Please don't do the...
Saving the world from all things evil.
Sexy dismay or civic upheaval.
We'll beat any villain with a TKO.
Because we're the
'Cause we're the
comfortable
comfortable
relationship trio.
Trio.
I'm house husband.
I'm married matriarch.
And I'm celibate celebutante.
That is so unsexy. Can't you 3 ever mix up your entrance?
Stop what you're doing, evildoer.
We've done this so many times. You can't remember my name.
Gum don't deserve names.
That's a really rude thing to say.
Cooperate and we won't hurt you too bad.
Not today. Boring, sexless trio. Sexy villain will win the sexy fight.
All right, Trio, get him.
The trio charges at sexy villain.
Careful, house husband. The villain is using their erotic ray gun. It will turn you into a mindless sex beast.
Actually, I made some adjustments.
Sexy villain shoots the ray gun at the house husband and hits him directly. House husband explodes from the chest outward, spraying blood and guts all over the bank.
Husband.
Sexy villain, how could you? This isn't how it's supposed to go.
Actually, it is. See, I've grown tired of being sexy villain. Always being sexy, but never succeeding in my sexy plans to dominate the world. That's when I realized a change was needed. I needed to be both sexy and pure evil. So no more of this child's play, abstinence, force. I'm going to kill you all.
Celibate sebutante, run!
Celibate celebutante tries to run, but sexy villain shoots them with their ray gun, melting the celibate hero down to mush.
No!
You see, married matriarch, being sexy isn't something a villain needs to focus on. It comes naturally. Something about the apathy and killing and the power struggle is inherently, well, sexy. Once I realized that, I was born again. No more are the days where your little trio of virginal heroes locks away sexiness in its cell. It's time for a new era. An era of evil sexy.
You'll never get away with this.
Oh, I already have.
The married matriarch looks questioningly at sexy villain, then realizes she is surrounded by feral bank-goers who have been brainwashed by their sexiness.
Someone will stop you.
Maybe. But it won't be today. And it won't be you. Sexy pets. Killer.
The brainwashed bank-goers tear married matriarch apart, piece by piece.
Oh, oh, lovely. It's time someone new to be in charge. And that someone new is sexy.
To be continued.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Nicholas Hellier.
Jesus
Hail.
fucking Christ.
Oh, I know that.
I enjoyed that a lot.
It's good to be back.
I'm speechless.
Yeah.
Truly. Yeah.
Well done. Well done. All right. Let's move on.
Oh no.
We said everything we
Say it
needed to say.
Yes. What a piece. What a piece. So sexy.
Yeah. So
Sexy.
Two words everyone needs to say.
oh my god. All right. Kai, the reins are yours.
Hello. Oh, beautiful. All right, y'all. This is Luvaris episode 12. It's been a minute. This is the cast list. It's a lot. Okay, 1 second. So, X will be playing Delgaron, Christian, X, Macedon, and Nick. I will be reading stage directions and playing myself and Guang. Amy Lynn will be playing Waverna, Ender, Iso, and Amy Lynn.
Heck
Sarah
yeah.
will be playing Hubis, Nikuni, Chris, and Aya. And Sophie will be playing Unknown and Sophie and Deja and Dr. Surrey and Leona and Keela.
Deja's here.
Dee, do you want to take your part?
Oh. Yeah.
You,
Yeah.
you don't
I
have
can
to.
take it.
Okay. All right. Everybody got it?
Let's go.
Okay.
Oh wait, hold on.
If you know, if there's a lull, I'll take a glance at the cast list.
Okay, yeah. No, I just needed to make sure. Okay, cool. We good.
Okay. Recap. Previously on Luvaris. Exterior, outskirts of Luvaris, day. Sophie and Xavier, still trekking along the path of the outskirts, find themselves approaching a little inconspicuous shack. A sign hanging up front reads, Treasures of the Outskirts. Interior, Treasure of the Outskirts, day. The patrons of the shack turn their narrow gazes to the two uninvited guests. Delgaron and Hubis stand in front of the table X and Sophie are seated at. They grin at them, their teeth sharp and canine-like.
If it ain't the Earthlings.
Heard there was a sweet bounty on your heads.
Waverna smacks Hubis over the head, standing with her group of 5 other bounty hunters, seething.
If you think you can take our bounties from us, you're gonna have to fight for that right.
And who said your group had first claim, Waverna?
Nikuni bares her surprisingly long fangs, and suddenly everybody's fighting. X and Sophie are caught in the middle. They hear a whisper behind them, and they turn only to lock eyes with Ender, their host.
Come on, while they're distracted.
Exterior, outskirts of Luvaris, day. Christian, Deja, and Guang watch a group of tall, skinny, masked creatures hustle by in a group.
What are they?
The Hattori. Please try again. The group of Hattori shuffles past. My Siri just activated. My bad. The group of Hattori shuffles past. Christian sits beside Guang and looks at his hands, where small sparks of blue dance on his palms. Are you worried about your magic?
I don't want to cause anybody anything just because I can't do my best.
What's up?
These worries will
Okay,
only eat away at your mental health. Have confidence that in your friends' time of need, you will rise to the
hold
occasion.
on.
Christian flashes
me
Guang a
1
small
second.
smile before nodding. Exterior, outside Treasures of the Outskirts day. Ender leads X and Sophie out the back door.
Why are you helping us?
When I was younger, my mom would tell me stories about how you guys would save dimensions time and time again. How you're basically heroes. If I could help you take him down in any way, of course I would do it.
If we come with you, we have some questions.
Exterior, outskirts of Luvaris, Ender's car, day. Sophie and X sit on the cargo bed of Ender's little blue car.
The legendary 9, huh? Are you okay?
Yeah. Are you okay?
I'm glad you're here. That I don't have to go through this shit alone.
I'm glad you're here too.
They look at each other, and something passes in their gaze. Exterior, outskirts of Luvaris, night. The sun has started to lower in the sky. A sound in the distance causes Guang to falter. Hattori. A low rumbling echoes through the plains. 3 Hattori step into their line of sight. Deja steps out and throws a punch at one of them, sending it stumbling back a few steps. It shakes its head and looks up. A small crack forms at the top of its mask. A Hattori jabs Deja in the shoulder with a dagger. She staggers back, crying out in pain.
Deja!
Deja thinks back to the words of Amira back on Isaias. Sarah, could you take this?
Doubt yourself too much. You're more powerful than you think. You could fight it, sure, but you could also embrace it.
Are you gonna go to work tomorrow?
She takes the pendant from her pocket. A flash of bright red envelops the pendant, causing it to grow in her hand. She raises the pendant-turned sword, and parts of her skin burst into the air, flaking off, revealing her true form. Deja continues to fight off the advance, until 2 Hattori drop onto the ground. The last Hattori pounces at her like an animal, swiping at her side. Christian hears whispers in his mind. A strange language echoes through his brain. Without even realizing it, he extends his hands before him.
Ilvus ul Vardin Furios.
A wave of fire erupts from his palms, burning hot and thick. It overwhelms the Hattori in a fury of flames. How did you know to cast that spell?
I heard it in my head.
The sounds of more shuffling echo through the night. A group of 7 Hattori steps into the light and their hearts drop.
Shit.
The sound of a vehicle closes in behind them. Guang's voice cuts through the battle. Wait! Who are...
We're friends!
Christian just barely dodges a slash of a dagger, but he stumbles backwards into another body. He looks back at the person holding him.
Xavier?
Sophie steps in front of Deja. She erupts in a flurry of flames, enveloping every inch of her body. Her eyes turn to transparent orange-red, and like a flick of a switch, her demeanor changes, until nothing left of Sophie remains.
Shouldn't we help her? There's no way she can kill all of them herself. You don't know what she's like when she transforms. It's not even her anymore.
Sophie takes a step forward and sneers.
You will burn for every sin you have committed.
End recap. Interior, Bokubak training room, day. Magadon stands atop a railed platform several feet above the training room, observing the spars of the Serpentor Vanguard squad. He checks a holographic tablet on his arm, scrolling through the names of the several guards. Another Serpentor, ripped with scars decorating her glossy white skin, stands beside him. The Vanguard commander, Iso.
These are impressive. You've been incorporating the regiments I recommended for the 2 Earthlings, then.
Yes, though I still fail to see how allowing their humanity to return will appease Theos.
Well, only being allowing measured quantities, just enough for their original forms to absorb the power from the Aether. After all, they won't be able to activate their evolutions unless their souls feel tied to their original dimension.
Iso glances at him.
I see. You want to harness their evolutionary powers organically, but maintaining measured doses will keep our control over them.
Precisely.
Iso watches the 2 Earthlings step up to the sparring mat, her eyes narrowed curiously.
Must admit, that's a little risky, even for you.
Keela, who was once Natalie, stretches their body, now firm and toned after days of rigorous training. Her right eye remains human, gleaming blue under the light, and her left pupil is elongated, the yellow shining amidst the black. Her skin is still pale white, but remnants of peach can be seen in patches along her body. She cracks her neck, and sparks of green ripple through her skin. Aya, who was once Sarah, stands opposite them. mirroring them in appearance, with her human eye being on the left side. The two stand a few feet from each other, staring intently at the other, and when the bell tolls, signaling the start of the sparring match, they both leap. Aya is quicker. She grabs Keela's hair before they even realize she's that close and knees them in the face. Keela stumbles back. Though their nose is bleeding, they grin. Suddenly, they're just as fast as Aya. The two continue whizzing past each other, dodging and attacking.
What were your deductions about their abilities? Do you know which of the legendary 9 they inherited their souls from?
Yes. Aya is from Jokwad, home of the Feldolian race, descendants of the great queen Kobidios.
Felodin. Quicker than any other species. Intelligent and tactically competent, too.
She will be a great asset.
And the other?
Aya's fingernails extend like a feline's, and she slashes Keela in the stomach. Keela moves as if she doesn't feel it, and suddenly her nails are extended as well. Macedon smiles.
Descendant of Dokba un Nomor.
Iso glances at him in surprise.
The god of Meja?
The great god of imitation. She will be able to imitate any technique, ability, and power she makes contact with.
Dakba un Nomar was the ruler of Lavaris.
Correct. This is her original dimension, meaning she will be the most powerful of all.
In a sudden shift in momentum, Keela has Aya's head pressed against the mat, pinned. They glance up at Macedon, their eyes brimming with pride. Macedon grins back at her.
I am vehemently excited about how this will progress, aren't you?
Cut to interior, undisclosed location, night. Amy Lynn sits in a room of about 700 square feet enclosed by steel walls and a single sliding glass door. Metal beds, chairs, and tables sit within it, but only Amy Lynn and one other person is inside. The person, Dr. Surrey, a short, stocky, bearded alien with large, doe-like eyes, examines the bruises and cuts on Amy Lynn's body. They nod to themselves.
You seem to be in better condition. Does anything feel out of place?
No, I feel a lot better. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Make sure to be very aware of your right hand. If there is any striking pain, anything out of the ordinary, alert someone immediately. It was a terrible fracture.
We zoom in to Amy Lynn's right hand, strapped against her chest with leather and steel clasps in a comfortable but incredibly stable fiberglass cast.
How long will it take to heal?
With the medication I gave you and your natural healing ability, I'd say a few weeks. Not more than 2 months. But I have to be honest with you, it may not heal completely at all. It was left unattended for a while, and despite your constitution, it seems improbable that it will return to full function anytime soon.
Amy Lynn's face drops. She takes a deep breath.
If it's any consolation, most people would have lost all functionality completely. You are fortunate to be able to heal most of the damage.
Leona and Kai enter the room. Kai is bandaged up, but looking no worse for wear. Hey, how's it going?
I'm just finishing up. Thank you so much, Suri. Zarud appreciates all that you've done for us. You know, it's never a problem. I'm glad to be of assistance.
Dr. Suri throws Amy Lynn a formal nod before taking their leave. Kai takes a seat beside her. You okay? Amy Lynn smiles weakly.
My right hand might not ever fully recover.
You don't know that. Crazier things have happened.
I trust the word of a medical professional, alien or not.
Even if it doesn't fully recover, the fact that you came out in one piece is miraculous in itself.
Yeah, so I've been told.
Leona offers a sympathetic smile.
I know it's tough to look at the bright side right now, but you're alive and you're safe. You both are.
Do we have any information on who caused the explosion?
Yes. We found footage of 2 infamous bounty hunters lurking in the area when it happened. It's been confirmed that they've been after you and your friends for a few days now. So they're our prime suspect.
Bounty hunters? As in, like, They're trying to kill us?
From what we know, their orders are to take you alive for Theos. He put a bounty on each of your heads, and it's big. So expect a lot more where that came from.
Wonderful.
Don't worry, we'll do our best to keep you safe. No one will find us in this location, and it's heavily guarded at all times. We're also expecting all of our resources looking for your friends. In fact, we may have just gotten a promising lead that points to a majority of them lurking in the outskirts, which means they're out of reach from most of the dangers of Levirus City.
Are we gonna check it out?
We're sending a stealth team in to see if the lead's accurate. In the meantime, I need you two to rest and recover. We need you in top shape for what's to come.
And what's to come exactly?
Well, if I'm being completely honest, more of that, unfortunately.
Leona gestures at Amy Lynn's cast. Kai and Amy Lynn exchange a look.
It's an occupational hazard. Your rooms are at the end of this hall, to the right. Doesn't matter which room you pick. There's a panel in every room that links straight to my direct line, so if you need me, just give me a buzz.
Thanks, Leona.
Yeah, thank you.
Leona flashes them both a smile before exiting out the door. Kai nudges Amy Lynn in the shoulder. You look fucking badass, though.
I look beat up as hell. What do you mean?
Exactly. You were in a scuffle and walked out alive with a badass injury to boot.
A scuffle? What are we, 80?
Okay, you know what I mean.
Well, a good thing it looks badass because it sure as hell doesn't feel like it.
Kai smiles sadly. They sit in silence for a moment.
This is all so crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Can't tell if I've really accepted it or my body's just sort of on autopilot at the moment.
How are you doing, Kai? I know we had that talk right before the building fucking collapsed on us. But how are you doing? Really?
Kai meets her gaze. He shrugs and busies his hands. I don't really know. A beat. Amy Lynn doesn't think he'd continue, but he does. You know, all my life I've played video games to distract myself from how useless I felt in real life. Escapism in its finest. I used to think if there was ever an opportunity to fly up to space, to find adventure, meet aliens, and become some ragged, badass protagonist, I'd absolutely take it. Because I wanted my life to mean more than what it did. But when you were trapped underneath that building, not knowing if you were alive or dead, I know we talked about one of us dying before. I said that we could die back on Earth too. Death is just part of the equation, no matter how you look at it. But you don't ever really know that kind of pain, that kind of terror, until you feel it. And now I don't know if I want that life anymore. I don't know if I could handle the burden.
Kai.
Heroes always lose people, and through that struggle they push through and save the galaxy or whatever. But if I had lost you back there, Amy Lynn, I was so scared. Amy Lynn reaches out to wrap an arm around Kai's shoulders as his eyes go misty. They sit together in silence, not knowing what more to say. Fade out to exterior, outskirts of Luvaris. Nick and Chris campsite. Night. Nick and Chrysanthemum sit side by side in front of a burning campfire, roasting meat they had taken from the outlaw campsite. It had been a full day of traveling, but they're still a ways away from their friends. Nick can feel the ache around their legs and back creep up like a bad cramp. They sigh. Chris catches it.
Tired?
No. Just. Well, yeah.
A moment of silence, which Nick had gotten used to already, considering the silent nature of their traveling companion.
I understand this must be very strange for you. Realizing the world you've known is only a minuscule and forgotten part of a much larger scheme must be overwhelming.
Well, when you put it in that way.
Chris
It must have
stares
been
into the
nice.
fire.
It must have been nice, though, to live so much of your life in ignorance, to be able to exist without a duty to your people.
Nick glances at her, sees the sadness in her green eyes. They don't want to push. This is the most she's spoken since they ventured off together. They don't want to miss this opportunity either.
What do you mean?
I knew I was meant to be the Skeletal Queen's first warrior the moment I turned 5. I was born in Zoar, the second dimension, a desolate, depleted world on the brink of death after a terrible incident centuries ago. When my soul manifested itself through the Aether, I was immediately brought to assist to train. And once news of the legendary Nine's arrival reached us, I was sent here, to Lavaris, to look for the next queen.
Since you were 5? That's... You didn't even get to live a normal childhood.
A lot of children, a lot of people, burdened with the souls of legends before us don't. The 9 of you were fortunate. You were all born on Earth. You had no idea what was to come.
Nick quietly stares up at the sky.
I don't know if that's really a good thing, all things considered. That training you were talking about would have come in handy.
Chris snorts.
So, what was home like? You said you're from second dimension?
Chris eyes the meat skewered on a stick and nods.
Zoar, it's a toxic world now. But I've heard stories of how lush and beautiful it was before the war.
Toxic world? Is it really that bad there?
After the Eggrite uprising, Zoar was rendered virtually uninhabitable. Flora and wildlife were extinguished, the air became thick and moist, so heavy that after 3 years of consistently breathing in the oxygen, many are known to develop lung failure, and our population has dropped so low in the past few centuries. It's a wonder the dimension still exists at all.
I'm so sorry, Chris.
Well, no point in wallowing in that now. I know you must have a lot of questions, so ask away if you want. I figure you're credited a few answers anyway.
Nick can tell she's just trying to change the subject, but they let her drop it, knowing that she's probably already shared a lot more than she ever intended to.
Okay, fair. I do have a lot of those.
And I'll answer them to the best of my ability.
This seems uncharacteristic of you. You're growing a soft spot for me.
Chris glances at them, and a small smile tugs at the end of her lips.
Is that a smile?
We can very well go back to the silence if you'd prefer.
No. This is just fine.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So, first things first. Alien. That a thing or...
That a thing? Are you really assuming humanity is the only living species across the 9 dimensions? Even after all you've seen in Lavaris?
I just wanted some clarification here. I know they exist, of course. I've seen them, but I've seen humans too. Like you, if you're even considered human. So how are humans outside of Earth, but Earth only has humans?
There are a multitude of alien species all across the 9 dimensions. We don't all spawn from one specific dimension. Even in our earliest history, we've had species cohabitating other dimensions together. And yes, I am human.
I just thought I had to ask.
Didn't want to get too close to a possible alien.
What? Are you kidding? I would fucking love aliens, man.
Chris laughs. It surprises both of them. She clears her throat after an awkward beat.
Anyways, I don't really know how to answer the second part of your question. I don't know why Earth is populated solely by humans. A lot of us don't pay Earth much mind after they severed their connection to the Aether.
Okay, piggybacking off that then, how the hell did that happen?
Your guess is as good as mine.
So you have no idea how an entire dimension just got lost in the void.
I believe Guang would know more about that than I do. You should ask him when we get back.
Okay. What's his deal then? He seems to know a lot about everything, and it kind of seems like you guys knew each other when you first saw him.
Chris leans back, her expression unsure.
He's sort of a myth back in Osis. I didn't think I'd see him here.
A myth?
There are people in certain lineages that are given the gift of sight. Overseers, we call them.
Gift of sight, meaning they can see the future?
They make connections from the past, present, and future. It's not as straightforward as seeing the future. It's more spiritual than that.
And Guang is an overseer.
I think so. Never really met one in person, but they always said if you met one, you'd know.
Wow. Okay. Lucky we found him when we did then.
I doubt it had anything to do with luck.
What do you mean?
When apocalyptic events start to shake reality, more often than not, the universe tends to spin threads that tie essential people together, balancing out the bad with the good.
Nick stares at her.
You make it sound so poetic.
It's better than thinking everything boils down to convenience, isn't it?
Chris meets their gaze. Nick doesn't look away, and neither does she. After a moment that lasts longer than either of them expected, Chris tears her gaze away.
Is there anything else you'd like to know?
Yeah, lots.
Okay. Got all night.
Cut to interior Bokubak hallway night. Groups of Serpentors walk up and down the hallway of one of the lower floors of the Bokubak, making their way to their bunks after a day's worth of training. Keela and Aya walk side by side towards their special accommodations, courtesy of Macedon. They move in silence, but a tense heaviness fills the air between them. Aya stops and winces as a headache comes through.
Aya?
Fine, I'm fine.
They continue on. Once in front of their rooms, they separate without a goodbye. The stoicisms customary for Serpentors. Interior, Bokubak, Keela's room night. Keela looks around the small, compact steel room and takes a seat on their bed. They peer up at the mirror on the wall, glancing over both familiar and unfamiliar features on their face. Suddenly, her eyes flash a bottomless black. She cries out as the pain slithers its way down her head and neck and chest, as well as blurred and foggy memories of someone she used to be. She opens her eyes, squinting against the light, but she ignores it, choosing instead to turn off the light in her room and head to bed. Interior Bokubak, Aya's room, night. Aya stands opposite the mirror, gripping the edges of the table in front of her with ferocity. She looks up at herself, and just like Keela, her eyes look different from their usual selves. They look like a cat's, yellow orbs with a black slit. Blood starts dripping from her nose. She doesn't look away. She sees the memories of the woman she used to be, flashes of her friends, whispers of the people she used to know. She doesn't ignore it. She takes a deep breath and lets them come in. Then a name rings in her head, vibrant and powerful like a beacon in a dark, stormy night. She opens her mouth.
Sarah.
She pauses, tasting the familiarity in her mouth, willing the memories to come back in. She starts crying.
I'm Sarah.
Blackout. That was a lot.
Wow.
I did not realize how much that was.
I missed so much.
Crazy.
Yes, you have. You and
There's
Sarah.
so much I was just wow. That reads really well. Nice.
It does.
Hmm.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah.
Wait, so Keela used to be Natalie. And
Yes.
oh my
Right.
god. Oh my god.
That was awesome.
Ended with 2 words, guys.
Oh
Bonus
my
round.
god.
Bonus
Say a drink for that.
Take a shot, guys.
Yummy.
Good shit.
Thank you guys for the great read. I realize as we were reading, it's a lot of exposition, but
No, the details, the world building and character building are super important, Kai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Exposition is necessary.
This is true.
Oh yeah.
Well, thanks for the great read.
Kai, I have a question personally for myself.
Oh, of course.
Did you make me hurt my right hand because you wanted me to like not be able to use my right hand ever, or did you know that I was left-handed and you'd be like, oh yeah, she'll be fine?
I did not know you were left-handed, so.
Fuck yeah, you tried to cripple me. Sucks to suck.
Dead.
Unbelievable.
Hey, we need some character development, okay? You're about to go full Super Saiyan at some point.
Ooh, wow.
You should just take in the win. Like, yeah, Emilyn, I know you're left-handed. I remembered that about you.
Yeah.
You're right, damn. Missed opportunities.
It's okay. The character's gonna remember. Wait.
True.
I don't give a shit that my right hand hurts. As long as I have my left hand.
Yes.
Heck yeah.
I got you.
Good shit. Good shit, Kai. All right, guys. Moving right along to the last piece of the night.
Let's
X,
go.
please take it away.
Alrighty. This is Impact, episode 22. The characters are Nick, who we playing Kai. Sophie is Sophie. Amylin is Amylin. Felix is Kai. Natalie is Deja. Egot is Amylin. Erog is Sophie. Hercules is Sarah. Viton is myself. Voice is Sarah. I'm playing myself. Despistia is Deja. Phobos is Kai. Voices are all of you guys.
Ooh.
I'm excited.
Alrighty, here we go. Interior, Coliseum Inn, night. After the feast with Hercules, the warriors rest for battles to come. The group settle in their rooms.
There's only 3 beds here, if you can call them that.
That's fine. That's fine. I want to sleep outside. I've been held for too long.
Felix opens the window. Then he flips himself onto the roof of the inn.
Where did you say you found him?
Locked in Tartarus. We fought a Cyclops together?
That sounds fun.
I wouldn't call it that.
I've been cooped up in the castle learning magic of sorts.
That's cool.
What about you, Amylin?
I got here a few days ago, so you guys have to fill me in.
They begin to chat and talk about all that has happened. Felix walks along the inn to find another room. He stops at the window, then climbs in. Nick sits at the edge of the bed, complete dark. Only the light from the window illuminates the room.
So, are you in the mood to talk? Talking now does nothing. You know, ever since the fog, you haven't smiled. What does that have to do with anything? Where's the fun? You are on an adventure. For an old man, you're pretty spry. I hold many secrets. As I assume, so do you.
Felix's gray eyes glow in the dark, looking through Nick, looking at the abyss of darkness. It pulls Felix's mind in, the aura of his soul being dragged in. Interior, Darkhold. Felix looks around as he is in this place of darkness. He sees a glimmer of light in the distance. It appears to be a piece of Nick.
Nick, can you hear me?
They can't hear you.
They can't
They're-
hear you. Their body shall be mine. Aren't we all voices?
No.
There's voice and then there's voices.
Recut.
well.
Rewind.
I'm just gonna turn off my
No,
mic
you're good.
now.
You're good. Yeah, there's voices, which is Alois, and then voice. This is for future. The voice itself is very important in the future building.
We
that. But
we love
we love it, Deja.
the enthusiasm. Keep it. Hold on to it.
All right, we're gonna run it back. Okay, here we go. Interior, Darkhold. Felix looks around as he is in this place of darkness. He sees a glimmer of light in the distance. It appears to be a piece of Nick.
Can you hear me?
They can't hear you. Their body shall be mine.
You feel familiar. Who are you?
I know you, thief. I shall never forget what was done. They betrayed me.
You sound sad.
Don't make me laugh. You're lucky. I don't have the strength to take you in.
Release Nick.
Why? Their powers are good for my return. Now be gone.
Felix is thrown through the darkness and back into his own mind. Felix looks at Nick.
I know you're still in there. Fight it. You can go now.
Felix turns and perches in the window.
I don't know what happened in the fog, but don't give up. Everyone is scared. You have to overcome it. Think on it.
Felix flips back onto the inn. His silhouette walks in front of the moon.
Tell me, Achilles, shall the love for this land ever return?
Felix lays down to sleep. Cut to interior, inn lobby, day. Everyone walks into the lobby. Natalie donned black armor, long waistcoat vest. The chest plate comes across from the shoulder and the ribs, adjacent to the adjacent shoulder. The black bracers match the chest plate.
All black choices. Good for bloodstains.
I don't know about mine.
Amy Lynn walks in. Her battle gear matched Natalie's, but the color scheme is pink and white with white bracers.
Shine bright, Star Princess.
Please stop.
Amy Lynn says in disgust at the thought.
I like my gear.
Sophie's gear is red with green bracers to match the chest plate. Sophie comes down the stairs looking like a warrior, looking like she has been through many battles but has not lost the light in her eye.
What? Why are you staring?
Nothing?
Is everyone ready?
Felix comes down in all gray armor. His long gray hair is tied in a braid, then a bun. His long beard tied with silver jewelry. Everyone notices Nick in the distance. All they see is a thin black hooded cloak.
We fight not for us, but for others. Please remember that. People who fight wars for themselves never truly win. Let us take leave.
They all walk to the Colosseum. Cut to exterior, street, day. The companions are paraded in the street. Everyone throws gifts and food as they pass. The crowd follows behind them into the Colosseum. Two men sit in front of the group.
Oh, we shall kill them all and return victorious.
Yes, brother, we shall win. Look, brother, a message from your mistress.
My old mistress Erog.
We have too many to count.
The brothers laugh as they enter.
Ha ha.
There's a lot to unpack there. Like, how many mistresses do they have?
Over 15, but let's stay focused.
15 is a bit much. That's uneven. Do they share?
15 each. The giant twins have needs.
Please say no more.
Be ready. We are entering the Colosseum.
They enter the Colosseum, pulled by the horses. Cut to interior, Colosseum day. The light is almost blinding as they enter from the shadow corridor.
Welcome, heroes. Are you ready to fight?
The crowd screams. Nick looks at Hercules with disgust.
Be the first and the last to fall. Who shall go first?
Nick raises their shield.
Great. Nick shall be the first competitor. Now let's roll the names for the solo battles. Based on his power scale. Who will he get?
Multiple names roll by flipping until they come to a stop.
Phaeton the Shield. Make sure to destroy him. After this battle, we shall fill the bracket. If someone loses, they still have a chance to fight in the second round.
The crowd goes wild.
All right. Now we'll send them to the barracks to get their weapons and or steeds. Other combatants shall enjoy the show.
Sophie goes to Nick as everyone else is going to the seat.
Nick, wait a second.
Nick does not stop.
Don't make me stop you.
Try if you must.
Try if you must.
You don't have to do this alone.
But strength comes from oneself.
Nick goes into the barracks to get ready.
Damn it.
It's okay. We can save him.
What you told us last night scares me. I can't keep losing friends.
You won't. Let's go take our seats.
They go to sit down. Cut to interior barracks. Nick sits in front of an array of weapons. The crowd cheers are heard in the distance. The rumble of their excited feet shake the catacombs of the Colosseum.
It is time.
Nick gets up from sitting.
Let's end this quickly.
Nick walks into the long dark corridor where the light is at the end. He passes into the light, closes his eyes at the brightness, then sees an ocean of people. His friends sit with other competitors. Interior, battlefield, day.
Look, here they come.
They all watch on as they reach the middle of the arena. The sand picks up around Nick as if walking in a desolate field.
Nick looks oddly familiar.
Yeah, it's Nick.
No, I mean like someone from my past.
Hercules walks to the banister.
Now are you ready to see the first rounds?
The crowd goes crazy.
Heroes, pronounce your names with full heart.
A man, short but stocky with long beard, approached. Carried a shield almost larger than his body. The shield seemed like it rode on the fires of Tartarus, black with red scorch mark. I am Vitan. You know me as the Great Shield. I held an army of 1,000 alone. Just me and my shield. Who are you?
Nick the Creative.
For someone so creative, you seem rather dark. Regardless, let's give them a show. Nick fires off a blast. Vitan does not falter. Let us begin. Vitan rushes in. Nick continues to fire off blasts from their disc. Vitan hits Nick with the shield, knocking him back into the distant wall.
It may leave a mark.
Oh, come on, Nick, get up.
Nick slowly gets off the wall.
I underestimated you. I apologize. Let's start again.
Nick begins to glow, activating his iridescent armor. Nick's discs become a floating shield. He then focuses their energy into their right hand. Appears a rapier. The point of the rapier begins to turn black all the way down to the pommel. Black steel rapier. Then their armor turns to red chimera form. Now, you are ready? Vitan's shield transfers the energy from his body, creating a blue armor around him. Nick lunges off the wall, fiercely attacking Vitan's shield. Vitan sidesteps Nick's attack. Vitan grabs Nick's arm, going for a kick to the stomach. Nick flips to his right, making Vitan lose his grip. In midair, Nick kicks Vitan, but Vitan blocks them with his shield.
That's a nice counter.
Years of training, always learning new tricks. Vitan begins to move his shield all around his body, circling him like a shell. His moves are fluid as an ocean, strong attacks crashing like a wave.
Stop playing with him and end it.
Shut it.
Battling within yourself. If you cannot win your eternal struggle, how do you expect to win this one?
I don't need your 2 cents.
Good. I wouldn't waste my drachmas for you. Vitan begins to sway his body, his shield on his back. Then he sways lower and lower to the ground until all fours. Then, in an instant, his shield hits Nick right in the chest. For you to walk this path, something must give. Face your own fears first. A black aura erupts around Nick as they slowly rise from the ground, like something out of a nightmare.
How dare you? What right do you have to say that to me?
Vitan stops, readies his shield. The aura around Nick almost takes shape of a man, tall, slender, with long black hair. The aura hands Nick black obsidian bident. Then show me that you can stand on your own.
I know I can.
No, I can.
The man within the aura disappears, leaving Nick with the weapon in hand. Nick goes in a fury of blows. Once again, Nick pulls back to perform a powerful thrust with the bident. The wind follows his strike. Vitan goes to counter, pushing his shield forward. Nick's weapon vanishes, leaving space for Nick to pull down Vitan's shield to the ground. While doing so, he flips, and they bring their foot down on Vitan's head, smashing him into his own shield. Vitan pulls his shield back and counters. Nick dodges and slides back. Vitan runs towards throwing his shield sideways into the air. He attacks Nick. He attacks. Nick dodges continuously, moving about the field until Vitan catches him with a punch, making him slide back. With the shield comes crashing down, making Nick ricochet back to Vitan. Vitan goes to strike again, but Nick blocks with the bident that appeared out of thin air. Good move, but there is no escape. Vitan moves, spreads his hands in the air, and his shield spreads around Nick.
I see. I think I understand your power.
It's too late. You won't be able to stop me. Vitan quickly moves and kicks Nick into the shield. Now, in close combat, Vitan lays in on Nick with attack after attack. Your combat lacks, but your weapon skills is excellent. But ends here.
I don't think so.
Nick catches his hand. The dark aura around Vitan makes his hand look lifeless, withered skin down to the bone. Vitan immediately escapes. He pauses, thinks to himself for a moment. Who am I but a teacher of the battlefield? This battle is lost, but the lesson shall be learned. Nick closes in on him.
Where are you looking?
Nick strikes him back, then closes the distance.
Black Dragon Dance.
Nick forms claws and talons with incredible speed, rips up Vitan. Vitan calls his shield back and blocks Nick's advances. They separate, across the length of the battlefield.
We'll break through.
Try if you must. Strategist technique. Bronzen Tortoise. Vitan's shield separates into little shields that float around him in a dome shape.
It's over.
Nick's hand reaches towards the sky. The bident appears. It begins charging. It sounds like wails of the lost and forgotten. Energy can be seen at the tip of the spear. Tortoise movement, redistribution. The shield begins moving in an opposite direction, creating a spinning dome. Vitan begins to moving forward. Your resolve shall not beat mine, though your power might.
Silence. Devorator animarum.
Nick points the bident at Vitan and fires a wave of what looks like haunted souls. It hits the spinning shield, but Vitan continues forward, slowly moving forward as the shield are being burned off. In between the spinning shield, you can see the lost souls being obliterated by the sheer force of will of the shield.
Stand down.
I will not falter. I have a warrior spirit. I see you have one too. We don't need to fight to be warriors, but when it's tough, the warriors always stand up.
Complete nonsense.
Vitan continues to press forward. You may think so, but you always blamed others.
You don't know me.
I know you. As Vitan is about to speak, a shield in front of him is burned away. A scorned soul passes into his right shoulder, burning him immensely. Ah! But the truth is, many of us here learn about others through the trial of battle. No malice.
Learn about one another through combat meant to kill.
Who says you have to kill? Being able to show compassion. The shields are dwindling down. Another beam hits Vitan in the side. Showing mercy is a commodity rarely given. But if more of us showed it, less lives would be lost. Vitan's shields shoot off the X's energy into the crowd. The beams bounce off a force shield surrounding the battlefield. The shields move to cover the front of Vitan. He continues to press forward. Knowing when to put your sword down is a warrior's greatest virtue. For those who pick it up with ill will shall know a worser fate.
Won't you just die?
The blast gets stronger. Vitan presses forward. Nick, be creative. Choose what warrior. The shields in front of Vitan begin to break as he presses forward. Within seconds of the shields breaking, letting the beam and excess energy pass through it, the Colosseum is filled with smoke and the smell of charring. Nothing can be heard. The light footsteps in the sand approach. Smoke clears. Vitan collapses with his arm around Nick's shoulder. Day in and day out. Choose what warrior you want to be. No. What human you want to be. That is the greatest test to us all. Never. Vitan collapses to his knees. As Nick stands there speechless, their face uncertain, holding back anger.
There you have it. Nick the Creative wins the first bout. If no challenger beat me, then we shall face each other.
The crowd goes wild. People come to pick up Vitan at Nick's feet. He's badly burned. The others approach Nick.
Nick, is everything okay?
You won.
At what cost?
We were just worried about you, bud.
I lost.
What?
I lost. His will beat my own. I wavered. I should have finished it.
What do you mean by finished it?
Nick begins to walk away.
Yo, Nick.
Leave me.
Nick walks away. Hercules comes behind them.
Devorator animarum.
Everyone turns to see Hercules with a devilish grin.
Devourer of souls.
Then he walks away into the crowd.
What was that about?
I don't know, but his energy is off.
Let us focus on our battle ahead.
He's right. Nick won't fight until the last day. Now it's our turn to help.
Let us prepare.
Cut to. Exterior. Ubi Fumla Covenant. Despidia and Xavier travel south from their camp. Xavier is wearing a beast fur vest with long pants and a half fur kilt. He travels with grass sandals. On his offset hip is a sealed jar with a purple lotus and pink lotus, not fully bloomed. Since we still have a ways to travel, tell me what your fascination is with the lotuses.
So that's what they are called. You carry the exact same ones I carry, but my purple lotus is not bloomed. I hope to know the answer.
So you fell to this place the same as me.
Yes, the flowers called to me.
Well, maybe on our journey we'll find out together. Despidia cracks a slight smile.
If we are lucky.
They continue to walk the following path of the river. As they come closer, Despidia pulls Xavier down behind some shrubs.
We are here.
Why are we hiding?
Another test from my mother. I have yet to beat.
They both peek over. There is a 6-foot-tall man with incredible stature, muscular beyond recognition. He is erratic in nature, destroying the area around him, wielding a club in hand. Is that Hercules?
Yes, but he's gone mad.
Why?
He went against Hera in the great battle. She chose to keep him as prisoner and mess with his mind.
Hercules facing his trials once again.
Yes, so you know the tale.
Everyone knows the trials of Hercules and how Hera made him kill his own family, breaking his mind. After his death, performing his penance, Zeus lifted him up from Mount Olympus.
We have to defeat him to pass.
Easy enough. Xavier gets up and begins to walk over the raging Hercules.
Why are all men fools?
As Xavier is walking, he raises his hand and smiles back at Despidia. Don't underestimate me. Hey, Herc. Is it okay if I call you Herc?
Herc!
I can calm your mind. What is a sharp but can reflect one's true nature? Hercules becomes more enraged. His skin becomes blistering red. He creates static in the air by the sheer force of his anger, making his hair stand up. Xavier sits back on his knees. Hercules rushes over.
What are you doing? Fight!
Expedia is about to rush in. Don't. I might split your mind. Expedia takes a second and feels the energy shift. Hercules is rushing and about to attack inches away from Xavier's face. Everything moves in slow motion, as if time is running back. There's only a few techniques I can use with my sword. Xavier lips speak the words that he once heard before. Crystal Blade, Mind Severance. Xavier's crystal blade forms in his hand as he is in the motion of getting up, drawing on his blade. The blade forms and cuts through Hercules. Time sits back correctly, but this time Hercules falls at Xavier's feet.
That was nothing like I've seen before.
It wasn't fully my technique. Something I learned.
What did it do?
It freed his mind. He'll wake up soon. Hercules stirs from his slumber. His body turned to its normal color, almost golden shimmer emits from him.
Where am I?
You're safe.
My mind. He was in my mind.
Your mind is healed from that. I pushed whatever onset fear she had in you. Hercules stands up quickly and grabs his club.
No, he was in my mind.
He looks at Despedia.
It can't be.
I don't follow.
He was in my mind to stop us both from leaving. Fear.
Laughing is heard in the distance. Someone is walking through the fog from the stream.
Hercules. Was I not always a part of your story?
You, Phobos, I shall smite thee for making me live those atrocities.
But I love those. Atrocities are the thirst quenching. Why protect her? She's the reason you lost your loving father.
She is a child caught in a god's war. I blame Hera and Zeus for this conclusion.
Phobos laughs as he comes out of the fog. Man with the height of Hercules appears before him. His eyes burn blood red with black, long, wild hair. On his right arm, wearing a single spiked pauldron that is the color of ivory and blood, holding a Greek shield carved in white, black, and red that takes the shape of a face, the mouth shut at the moment. Does that shield have a face?
Yes, the soul of his brother Deimos.
What?
During the Great War, they chose opposite sides, just for fun
And wagered whoever lost their soul put in this shield.
That is pure chaos.
Chaos and war, which is what we like. But alas, my brother is not awake yet. For if he was, this fight would be interesting.
Phobos reaches into his shield's face, pulling out a crooked black and gold spear tipped with spear stripping.
Words before engagement. Try not to let the spear cut you too deeply, it invokes fear.
Got it.
Damn it. Let's go. Everyone readies their weapons. Xavier makes his twin blades Infernus and Supernus appear. Despedia draws her Xiphos from sheath. The black blade burning red. She looks at it in wonder.
Here he comes.
Phobos moves, kicking Hercules in the chest instantly.
Let's see if fear sets in with these two. Come, brother.
Phobos puts his hand over his face. His helmet appears on his head, the red and black helmet with long red crest at the top. But his helmet had two right horns spackled in blood of the ball. Does your helmet have a ponytail?
You make fun of me.
Phobos swipes his spear across. Xavier dodges and counters counters the spear with his own blade, working his way up the spear until he reaches Phobos. No. I'm just saying, it's cute.
Silence!
Phobos kicks Xavier back. Phobos throws his shield at Xavier. It hits Xavier, pushing him back. He spins off the shield, closing the distance. His twin blades meets Phobos' pauldron. Xavier instantly changes his grip on both swords, reversing his grip on one but not the other. Attacking again, he blocks Phobos' spear and cuts him across the chest. I was thinking, as a cruel god, it's just sweet and cute, like a little cute monster. Phobos touches his bloody chest.
How you insult me, little cute.
Xavier looks at Despedia as she waits for an opening. Despedia, did I say something wrong?
I'll kill you.
No offense, great sir, but I call it as I see it. Phobos, enraged, his body turns blistering red. Then a black and white and red energy erupts around him. His helmet seems to become his face. His single pauldron becomes spiked skinned, and his right hand becomes monstrous claw. His shield mouth opens, but not the eye. Okay, Twin Swords. Show me what you can do. Speedia, be ready. We have to attack in unison. Herc is down for the count.
I'm ready when you are.
Speedia blade glows intense red, almost as if screaming for the god's blood. Okay. Activate. Shroud of Infernus. Nothing happens. Okay? Okay. Activate. Scorn of Supernus. The blade in Xavier's left hand begins to take in the energy that Phobos is giving off. Then it passes to his sword in his right hand and to Despedia. Get it. Despedia, go in and attack, and I'll be right behind you. Despedia runs in to attack Phobos. He blocks with his shield and then thrusts his spear at her. She dodges on the ground. She spins up behind him. Phobos uses his elbow to block the blade. In front of him, Hercules is being thrown at him. He sidesteps it, and Hercules goes flying.
You must not care about your allies. You are more like me than I thought.
The fog clears, and Xavier is standing there, charging his sword in his left hand. All according to plan. I heard you, Despedia. Xavier downward slashes his sword in a reverse grip, sending a wave of energy at Phobos. He blocks it with his shield, pushing him back.
Is that all you got?
It wasn't for you, fool.
What?
Phobos looks behind him. Despedia blade glows red and changes shape into a larger blade. The twin blades, Infernus, make cohesion of battle possible with allies, while Supernus fuels the cohesion with energy. Since Xavier and Despedia were in sync, he knew she would need a better blade. Despedia goes to strike. Phobos blocks with his shield. She pierces through and breaks off a piece of the shield, hitting Phobos in the shoulder and sending him flying back into the fog.
Exactly what I needed. Thank you.
No problem. Xavier holds his fist out and she fist bumps him. He winks at her. Now, where's this gate?
Over here.
They run to where Hercules is. Still unconscious, his hand floats in a wide, deep blue pool.
This is it. The river where all the others meet. Ubi Flumina Covenant.
No. The end of the Styx? No way. I'm not jumping in there.
It is the only way out. If we don't go together, then we'll come out at different places.
I've been in enough mystical rivers for a lifetime. The red light appears from the fog. Phobos unleashes full power, sending a shockwave through the entire area, waking Hercules.
It's happening.
Hercules, we have to go through the gate.
You'll go. I'll hold him off here. I'll find my own way.
No, he'll kill you.
I have a few more tricks up my sleeve.
No.
Well, my vest.
No, I'll hold him off.
You can barely stand and can't call your armor. What good are you?
Right.
Phobos' shields opens its eyes. Flames erupts from them, and scream is heard. Terror itself has awoken.
We have to go now. Deimos is awake. None of you stand a chance.
Xavier is hesitant.
Xavier, I know what this means, but you are more likely to survive this than him. If you do, you'll be closer to a god in mind, body, and soul.
Despistia! Cursed spawn will have your head.
Phobos hits his shield with his spear. Ringing is heard throughout the underworld. Fallen soldiers arise at his side. Despedia looks at Xavier.
Believe in me.
Despedia and Xavier pick up Hercules and walk towards the edge of the pool. The soldiers running toward their location. They jump in. The deep blue depths of the river Styx pulls them forcefully farther below into the darkness. Xavier lets go of Hercules due to the sheer force and pain of the water. Speedy and Hercules begin to lightly glow gold. Hercules pulls off a rope at his waist, tying the three together as he swims forward. Xavier can't even swim due to the unbearable pain. Expedia helps him along. Xavier begins to hear voices as he loses consciousness. His body begins to faintly glow silver.
Who do you want
What
to be?
dream lies ahead?
Never give up.
Who are you?
Never falter. This is what we do.
Never falter.
The pink lotus shines brightly through the darkness of the depths of the river Styx. Slowly, flower begins to bloom. End of episode 22. Tartarus arc shall continue.
Dude.
Noise. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
What a cool fucking image to end on.
Mhm.
What the hell, dude?
Thank you. Thank you for the read. I know it was a lot.
It's good
You-
though.
It was epic.
Hell yeah.
I missed last week's prompt, so I had to put that in there.
No worries.
That's what Irog and Egot were talking about.
Oh my god. I was wondering.
His ex-mistress.
Of course.
Mhm.
Amazing.
So, yeah. Thank you for the read. Oh.
Heck
Good,
yeah.
Good shit.
Mhm.
They were talking about text messages, though. Were they?
Well, no, he got a mail, like a letter.
Okay. I guess that counts. I guess.
I guess. So
I mean,
yeah,
they
Sophie
can't have
gets
text
to.
messages.
Totally
They can't have text
counts.
messages.
We gotta pull out that iPhone fucking 13.
They're just gonna have a rock that's like, oh, I got a message on my iRock.
Let's go, Ira. Let's
Oh.
go.
Oh, great stuff tonight, guys. Way to go. Proud of all of you.
Good stream. Good stream. Good to have the oldies back too.
Yeah.
Good to be back.
It is.
All right, guys. That's our show. That's what we're doing. What's our prompt 2 weeks from now? It is no show. Why is it no show? The 26th.
It's every. Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's the week in between. My bad. Thank you. 2 weeks from now, everything happens in an old Victorian home. Ooh, creepy.
Oh,
Creepy,
amazing.
creepy.
Oh, and it's an earlier show.
Ooh.
It is. Thank you for pointing that out. I appreciate it. Yes. 7 p.m. PST. Yeah, guys. Check us out on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Obviously, you're here on Twitch if you're here on Twitch.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Let's introduce ourselves, shall we?
Yer.
Go ahead, Kai.
I am Kai Tam, and I have been putting my brother into my shield and using him as a weapon.
Oh,
Oh my god.
yes.
That imagery, by the way, is insane. The
Yeah.
face on the shield.
I'm Sophia Hasegawa, and I've been willingly complicit in a sexy bank robbery.
I'm Xavier Pace, and I've been through enough mystical rivers for life.
I'm Amy Lynn, and I have been dealing with my 15 ex-mistresses. It's a lot to handle.
I'm Asia, and I'm still embarrassed for speaking too soon on voices.
No.
I have been Sarah, and I too am dealing with my 15 ex-mistresses
Yes.
Story
On your
time.
on your
A lot
iRock.
of ex-mistresses.
on my iRock. Yeah,
Wow.
cuneiform tablets. You know.
Sophie says it doesn't count, though.
Oh no.
It doesn't.
I didn't ask.
How?
Sophie.
How? Wait. Tell me how. Tell me how.
That's proud.
It's not a text message. It uses
Okay.
the word text in the prompt.
Oh wait.
Xavier.
But how did text originate?
I don't care. I don't care.
Not
I say it.
You gotta
I
be a
totally-
figure.
It's out of the box. It's
Exactly.
creative.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Because like back in the day, they were sending sparrows, Sophie. That's a text message, and it takes 2 months. But they were waiting for 2 months for a text message, and then by that time you have another lover, and then they'll be like, "Damn, okay." So like,
Oh damn!
X,
Oh no.
do not let Sophie dictate how you decide to interpret things.
So true.
That's the takeaway.
Anyways, that's our show, and we've been the Intoxicated Readers. Keep an eye out for that spring film fest. Think about it. It's coming up. We'll be releasing that prompt soon. I'm just gonna give a little tease. That's it. All right, guys. Have a good night. See ya.
Right.
Bye.
Responsibly.
Thanks for